Okay, I'm just going to do this on Zoom. This is kind of crazy, but I wanted to put something up today and I don't have another setup. Hi, my name is Juliana Lima Dehne. I'm an established screenwriter. I have kind of like a crazy story. I decided to become a screenwriter in a foreign country and I didn't speak the language. I didn't know anybody at the time. I had actually never really written a script, even, but where there is a will, there is a way, I guess. And basically what happened is that I did something a little differently than I would have normally done as an artist, especially because we tend to couple and equate our self-worth with where we're at in our career or how much success we have or how much money we're making with our art. And I decided to uncouple those two things, detach myself from my career so that I could actually build it like a business and achieve what I wanted to achieve. And funnily enough, everything I wanted to achieve, I did. And I have been in rooms of literally the biggest, global hits coming out of Germany of the past 5 years, streaming hits, like we've broken records worldwide. And I penned an original movie for Amazon Studios that's coming out this year. And I feel like I'm just getting started. But in all of that, I've come to realize that as artists, there are two things that I feel we kind of need to change. And the first one is I really want us to let go of the struggling artist narrative as if art and capitalism could not exist within each other, because at the end of the day, that keeps money from the hands of artists, right? If you buy into that narrative, which is a construct, because it does not benefit us at the end of the day. It benefits everyone else who makes money from what we come up with and produce. Um, I don't see how that's really great in the long run for the artistic class, not only in this country, but in the world. And the second thing that I wanted to say is that so the struggling artist narrative, I remembered and I'm back. The second thing I wanted to say is that we have also been taught to feel a lot of shame and fear around building our careers, and we kind of do it in isolation. And now that I'm really good with like pattern recognition, and I realize that a lot of very successful artists do exactly what I did to build my career from scratch with no contacts. Um, a language barrier, culture barrier, like you name it. And that is, we tend to then build our careers in isolation. Like, of course, we'll talk to our managers, our agents, lawyers, gallerists if you're a painter, for example, or the people adjacent to what we do and the smaller teams we build. But rarely in the building do we speak to other artists. It's such a weird thing. I think because of the struggling artist narrative, we've also bought into the scarcity mindset that there's like not enough space for everyone. And again, who does that benefit, right? And I believe that there is space for everyone. Now that I've reached what I wanted to do, and now I'm setting new goals for myself, like there is space for everyone, especially because as an artist, how are we in competition with each other when we're so different one from the other? You know what I mean? Like we're so unique, and obviously we have commonality, and that's what um it's what brings us together. But at the end of the day, like my voice is my voice, like nobody can replicate that. So why did we also buy into the scarcity mindset of like, well, there's not enough space for everyone, when in fact there is. Art is still needed now more than ever. Content is still needed, even if you don't like to use that word as an artist. It is what it is. you know Artistic industries are corporations at the end of the day. People you interact with who you want to either invest in what you're doing or buy what you're doing, the, they usually use more of a corporate lingo anyway. They want to make money. it's not a dirty word. Like money should not be, right? So anyways, I'm here to share, with you things that I've learned, things that work. I started a membership community to mentor mostly film and television artists on, next steps, careers, and literally how to build your career like a business. And that helps because not only are you viewing your steps differently and your strategies differently, but also like you realize that there's no failing. There's absolutely no failing. There's only feedback. Everything is feedback. You can always go back, you can tweak, you can reassess, you can pivot, you can soft launch, you can hard launch, you can meet other people, you can realize you're in the wrong rooms, you can go seek out the right rooms. Like nothing is failing. Everything is literally just feedback on what you're putting out there, right? And how it's being received, basically. So that is what this is about. You're welcome to follow along here. If you want like extra mentoring and really like the how to and the step by step, you're welcome to join the membership. It's a small community of now film and television artists. But I hope it grows. I hope this movement grows because it's time. It is time that we obliterate this struggling artist narrative that has never, ever served us and learn how to curb shame and guilt around capitalism. And secondly, I really hope that we start building our careers in collaboration and not stay isolated, because I feel that is also by design in a lot of ways. And there's just nothing like speaking to another artist who's either going through what you're going through or who is where you want to be, without having to get to a certain level. Because I've realized once I got to a certain level, it was easier to talk to, peers who were also at the same level. And then those conversations started. But like that whole time that I was building by myself with no mentorship, it was because there was actual like shame around where people are at in their careers, and there shouldn't be. And so as much as I love speaking to, my agent and my lawyers and my former manager and people adjacent to the process, there's just nothing like talking to another screenwriter, right? Who's gone through what I'm going through or who's in the thick of it with me. Like there's this synergy. There's just this like unspoken knowing of what it is, what it means to be an artist in this world that is not built for us. And then what it means to create like an artist, but build our careers like an entrepreneur. And that is what I hope for the Sustainable Creative Society, is that we start building our careers in collaboration with one another and not isolation, because ultimately collaboration will benefit us much, much more. So stick around. And of course, if you have any questions, career questions, send them my way and I can answer them in a video.